Okay, Aries, let's talk. Let's talk about how powerful you guys are going to become this year. Massive. All right, let's start. Yeah, let's do this. I'm feeling this deck. Universe, Angel, Spirit Guides, what's going on for Aries? We're going to go from the 17th to the 26th. All right, 17th to the 26th, mid-month of January already. Wow. Tell me the situation for my Aries, please. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This person does not have to be an air sign. They could be heavy in their chart. Or this is somebody very cerebral, fair, balanced, honest. They're in the upright position. So let's see. Ooh, and the Queen of Swords. This is a set, guys. This is a couple. But you're both in your heads. And I see you are facing away from your person. Like you have your back to them. I know you have feelings for this person. I know you have love because here's yet another queen. Somebody who's emotionally mature and available, but also in love. All right. But the thing is, I think what you're calculating here, you know how you always hear me say, oh, you're lifting the sword either to have a conversation or to cut the relationship out. I think what's going on is in your head, you're evaluating your worth and value, whether you should stay or go with this person here. But you're both in your head. And this person isn't really screaming the I love yous, doesn't mean they don't. They just show it to you. Like they fluff your pillow, I don't know, or they know how you take your coffee and they bring it to you. That's their version of I love you. So it could be a matter of you just giving it a hot minute. We'll see when we clarify. What's coming in towards my Aries, please? Interesting. I feel like I'm reading for a different group of Aries. Oh, who's doing this? Somebody's rushing in to say something and it's like diarrhea of the mouth. They not thought out. Like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. You know what? I love you. So we're either doing this or we're not. It could go either way. But someone didn't think. They just rushed and the words came out, right? But I feel like, honestly, this is more of a defensive action. Somebody here is being very defensive and didn't think that the things that they were saying would cause consequence. It could, it might, we'll see. What is the advice? Not the advice, I'm sorry. What's the surprise coming in for Aries, please? You're about to bounce. You are definitely about to bounce. You're leaving. You're like, I'm going to jump off this cliff. I don't care where I land. I don't care if I don't have a job lined up. I don't care if I don't have a relationship lined up. I'm taking this risk and I'm out. Goodbye. Now, I don't know if this is impulsive. Guess what? This year, you're going to learn to curb your impulsivity, especially by the end of the month. That's over. And that's what Saturn is coming in to teach you. Discipline. You're leaving. You're like, I made this garden right here. What makes you think I can't take a seed from and grow it over here? That's what you're doing. You're taking your seed and you're planting it somewhere else. You're like, I realize, me, Aries, that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's where I water it. So I choose to water it over there. Yes, I want to go to Hawaii and live out the rest of my life, and I'm sure I can have a life there too. Alrighty. What is the advice here for Aries, please? Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting for me. I can't wait to clarify your advice because what's throwing me a little bit is the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse, upright usually talks about, you not knowing certain things, so you have to be cautious, right? But in the reverse, you are getting that information. You already know everything. Everything's on the table. Everything is crystal clear to you, Aries. People are revealing shit. It could be yours. If you have a secret too, it's time to reveal. But it's showing me that you should leave because something is not emotionally serving you. Listen, you have to understand, Aries, when you're emotionally dry, it's not that it's just boring, but it's not giving to you. It starts to hurt your soul on a deep, profound level. When you've spent all your energy on somebody and it's not reciprocated, or it's not coming back, or after you find out someone doesn't feel the same way about you, your best go-to is to leave, because you need to refill those cups. Okay? You need to go towards your wish fulfillment and your desires, or somebody who's going to fill those cups for you. 8 billion people on this fucking planet. I'm telling you, someone's going to fill those cups. So you need to leave something that's not working out for you, because you don't want it to get to the point where you're so empty that you turn bitter. All right? Let's see what the outcome, and this is why I can't wait to see how that's going to get clarified. What's the outcome of the week here for Aries? It's also talking about seeing the truth to something, like wipe away the illusion. And Neptune hitting your sign, that's what it's, in the next 10 years, that's what it's going to be about. Deciphering the difference between confusion, illusion versus reality, what it actually is. Yeah, I think because of this like moon situation, you're going to do a little stocky doodle. You're going to do a little homework. You're remaining optimistic and hopeful, which I love, okay? Because that's just the spirit of an Aries that everyone is obsessed with. Because Aries is always not just the life of the party, but go-getters. It's when you go down, how you get back up. That is that immeasurable energy that most zodiac signs do not have, that people don't understand how you just keep ticking after getting so many hits across the face and the chest and the back. Okay, no, not funny, seriously. It's that spirit that's driving you forward, that optimism, that being hopeful and positive energy. But in the process of whatever's going on this week, you're trying to get more information, going through social media, stalking their page, talking to relatives, talking to friends, getting that info. If this is work related, going on, I don't know, websites to look for jobs, see what the payout is for something. It's just getting more information, all right? Let's start continuing and start clarifying and see what's going on here. What is this King and Queen of Swords? I need you guys to understand that that's a match set. You're both vibrating on the same frequency, like you're good for each other, but you're both in your heads, which could thus hurt the situation. Because when someone goes in their head, it might not be what you're thinking, right? And vice versa. They don't realize that maybe you're not thinking about ending it. Maybe you're just thinking about certain things. But it means you're distancing yourself. So automatically the other person's like, oh my God, they're distancing them from me. They don't like me anymore. They're calculating. It starts to create and cascade a downward spiral in thoughts, right? Let's see what's going on here with this King and Queen of Swords. Yeah, Two of Swords. You're left torn, trying to decide what you should do, stay or go with this person. And you're thinking about, all the time and energy that you invested with them. But moreover, you're feeling also the breadcrumbs. Like, is this breadcrumbs? Is this just like, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, totally stuck. And there's that beautiful Star card. But looking, and lo and behold, you're walking away because you're emotionally drained. You're like, it could be love. We could be together. We could be something. But what are we? Why am I feeling breadcrumbs? Why don't I feel like this is enough? Why do I feel emotionally drained? So I guess maybe you go in and you're like, blah, blah, blah. What is the Knight of Swords for Aries, please? A lot of you, whether it's you or the other person doing this, you're doing it out of pain. Do realize, whoever's doing it, they're doing it out of pain. Page of Pentacles. It's about your relationship or your job where it's peaked and plateaued and you had to elevate up. Some of you are learning the ropes to something and maybe you just feel like you didn't have enough to continue in the situation that you're in. So it's heartbreaking. It's pain. But you are being you, the Queen of Cups. Whether you're male or female, this is you. It's so we know who is who because it's a general reading and there's thousands of you. Kings are the opposites. Queens are you. Depending on the element, I know what energy you're in. Sometimes you could be the mistress or the mister being the Queen of Wands. Or this is you being sexy, creative, fiery, passionate, but you coming home again into your own element. And these are the shadow effects you're feeling from the way the planets are going to shift for you with Saturn and Neptune. And you know you've been hearing it a lot. The way the planets are shifting this year, in the history of humanity, no one has ever seen this before ever. Okay? And for Aries in particular, Neptune and Saturn, 0 degrees in Aries, we haven't seen it since the 1800s. So this is a major shift for you in your perception, in your reality, in understanding relationships, how they affect you. I'm seeing the shadow effects with these cards. Some of these are minor, some of these are major. But it's also kind of like showing you the path. This impulsivity is going to stop this year. This you not being disciplined will stop this year. You're going to see a whole new version of yourself by the end of the year. I say this stuff to you because of this Knight of Swords in reverse. And it's causing you pain. Shit is going to stop causing you pain this year. Because the way your mind is going to shift. Feel and think. Right? So the Fool. So I'm sitting here looking at these cards. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? But at the same time, I'm like, okay. I think I understand because they're taking a new version of themselves and propelling themselves forward into a new life, a new dynamic. What is the Fool? Yeah, I think you're not tolerating any more bullshit. This is definitely your villain era. Absolutely. You're like, I'm taking a risk. I don't care where I land. This is a burden. This is exhausting. This is bullshit. I don't need it. Why do I need it? I showed my good side. I showed my valuable side. I showed everything I can give this person. I don't need to give any more. So, I think Spirit agrees with you. That's why in your advice it's saying, yeah, walk away. Because if your soul is not filled or feels committed, it's not giving and it's never going to feel good. You know this on some innate intuitive level now too, Aries. So what is the Moon in reverse and the 8 of Cups? I want you to think about this new empire you guys are creating, this new you, this new everything. You guys are center stage. Of the whole entire zodiac wheel, you guys are center stage. Everyone will be looking at Aries. You will not be like this immature, impulsive, impatient person. You're cultivating the opposite this year. Not only you are going to be the voice of reason, everyone's going to look to you. That's why Neptune shifting out of Pisces going into Aries, everyone's going to be like, well, I got to hear what Aries got to say. And it's because you've been learning this crap the last 10, 12 years, especially last year. It was just like fast track. Fast track. Yep, here you are. Boom. Exactly that. The Emperor it's time for you to be the leaders of the world. It's time for you guys to boss up, grow up, lead up. I don't care what you do. Those ideas, those inventions, those things, you push those shits out there like now. Now, you have an idea. If you're a creative, push it out. If you want to create your own business, push it out. This is the time. This is your time. Okay? The priority is you. Yes, 100%. Keep working towards your goals, your craft, your shadow side, you, whatever. Push it out. Oh, I don't like this. Good, bye. And it should be like this for you to figure out. Things will be so crystal clear. That's why nothing is going to hurt you in the coming years because you've learned so much. You've grown so much. You see things for what they are. And you needed those trips, right? Where you fell and you got hurt, you got down, you got back up. You needed it to cultivate who you are today. See, what you cultivated on the inside is now working on the outside. All right, what's this Page of Swords? I like it. You're getting information. You're doing homework. Or a child is helping you in somehow, some way. Page of Swords. Yes, Queen of Cups. I love it. Some of you guys are doing something with your children this year, baby mamas. It's a big deal, whatever you're doing with your kids this year. Others of you, this is you. You're in love here with somebody, so you're kind of still stalking them, or you're looking to see what they're doing. Others of you, you're looking for love. Period. Goodbye. Because look, you're becoming what I told you you were. You're emotionally mature now. You're emotionally available. You're the Queen of Wands. You're fiery. You're creative. You're cultivating every element: wise, fair, balanced. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, emotion, your heart chakra open, bossing up, leading. These are all big deals, right? But by the end of this week, I think you're trying to get more information in regards to something or someone you love. Like you're trying to do homework. I don't know why it's so important, but it is. And I think it leads to the following weeks to come, something about this that you're trying to create and build. All right, let's see what we're talking about in love. Short and sweet this week, I see. Because I don't feel like I need to overburden you with more information, because I think you're on track. I think you're on a path. I think you're on the right path. And you're also in the middle of some transition, as I can clearly see it here. So there's nothing left to be said, right? Just some of the advice stuff that I see there, and some of these you moving forward kind of thing. Yeah. Some of you, I don't know if you met somebody brand new, but you kind of put them to the side because you're dealing with all this other transitional shit in your life. But there's somebody here that they could potentially be the one for you. We'll see in the extended. This is somebody you have doubts about. So don't, because I feel like they like you too. And this is why I'm looking at, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, the King and Queen of Swords. You think they're distancing themselves from you, but they're not. They're just, that's just the way they are. They're thinkers. So this could be the one. We'll see more when we clarify in the extended. Let's see what Wisdom House of Night has to say. For Aries, please. Aries. Loyalty. Loyalty. Sometimes you need a loyalty to yourselves, guys. Remember that too, right? Not just everyone else. You have chosen the symbol of loyalty, and this means you are being called to stand up for who and what you believe in. Stand up for who and what you believe in. Emperor, you are emperors. Do you know the story of the beautiful girl who saw the good in another, but she remained steadfast in her love against all odds? Loyalty is tested at times, and you might be asked whether others deserve your loyalty. Sometimes you find yourself in a position where it's difficult to speak up for another person, a cause, or to speak up for yourself. Now is the time to be faithful to your best qualities and to leave the rest behind. This is a true test of character. I know you will choose rightly. Stand up for what you believe and be loyal only to what is true and to what is good. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why this was short and sweet, because I feel like this is a coming home kind of thing. And you being the emperor that you are in your advice position, and you walking away from the things that do not serve you. Okay? This is a beautiful reading. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Members, let's go over to the extended. All right.